Oh, here we are, guys. We've got ourselves game 2 here of Balrogs versus Coritiba Esports. And game 1, long, hard fought. It looked like a lot of squiggly lines in that post-game screen, but eventually Coritiba was able to take it away. That last Roshan fight, Raytheon, he got the DD. And yeah, I know we were saying between the break, maybe that DD was a little bit of false hope there for Balrogs. That ended up being a really game-ending fight that they lost.
Yeah, it was a game that could have gone both sides. Felt like it was really on the outplaying, playing better the team fights, especially around the road from Coritiba side. So I think we might see kind of a similar draft. Even though like now Coritiba is the team with Dyer last pick, but I think they should go same approach because you don't feel like, hey, I lost because of the draft or I won because of the draft. It's just like, okay, who executed better? So we might see like heroes repeating, and that's a good move from Balrogs, actually stealing one hero from Coritiba. So you're gonna have the Twin Protector on your side. A game that they had so much team fight, and this hero did so much for Coritiba on the team fight to have like a route that versus BKB. You do give an amazing laning stage to your hard carry. And of course, you don't have it on the enemy side, so he's not gonna bully away your position 3 from the lane.
Yeah, and again, having that heal in the lane always good. As you said, winning that lane is going to be very important to take that away. It feels like another 5 pick that isn't necessarily like, I really feel sad that I had to give away that hero. But it does make sense that now that you're taking away something from the enemy strategy, it makes it feel like a little bit better.
Yeah, it does feel better, and I feel like it's the best hero of Seren. So it's not only like you're taking one hero out of this strategy, you're taking out like the best hero, like player-hero combination that you have on the enemy team. Like it's Mini's Monkey King, and it's Nuage's trend that you should be worried about. Not so much about Haiko Timber, so I believe he is a great Timber player, but I don't think it's a hero that they would prioritize so much on the first phase.
Yeah, it is a strange like first round bet, especially on like 6 or 7. It feels like you'd always have an 8 pick that answers it. But Death Prophet, now that's a hero I haven't seen 5 picked in a long time. 8 pick probably feels strong versus a tiny lane. You'll feel fine. It gives them that tower damage that maybe we thought last game was a little bit lacking on both sides. How do you like it here? And do you think there are any bans that you need to get out to protect this Death Prophet?
I like banning Shadow Demon when I go for a DP. It feels like they read the Coritiba draft as it's a tiny mid. No, because they're banning Storm. Okay. But like I would suspect that they think it's like a tiny mid, a tiny core. So you already answer with the DP on the mid lane also. Because since you already have the Twin Protector, you cannot really flex the DP into 5. I'd say, unless they're playing like Trint 4, it can also be an option. So they have like a DP Trint lane, could also be great. But I don't think like you need to protect with bans. Mostly like Shadow Demon. Of course, you're not really good against units, so you might need to take care with like a PL on 18 with maybe like a Lycan or some sort of hero on that sense.
All right, so the Zoo maybe could be a bit powerful in this game for Coritiba.
Yeah, especially like Beastmaster is a Zoo hero against the DP, which feels amazing.
Yeah.
And also you're so great against String Protector because you can just like skill access level 1 and you clean all the trees.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't really think about that as well. As like Death Prophet is someone that you do want to focus down. You don't want to allow her to get all those spirit siphons off and play the long fight with her exorcism spirit. So having something that can jump in, roar, you follow up with like your Snapfire Cookie or your Mortimer's Kisses. You have Avatos as well. That could be like a sick combination to make sure that this Death Prophet does not get to play the game, and also as well bullying her down with those summons. So I would like to see it. And of course, all right, they're listening to the stream in the future. All right, whatever.
Yeah,
good band.
That was a good band. I like when I say something and the teams like follows up on doing that. Like let's say the dagger on Greenstroke. I feel like okay, I'm getting the right point, and I feel bad when I see, for example, like Benny with the blue turn. I'm like, wasn't like Silver Edge the best choice? Like, am I should I consider this as the right move because like he's the pro player, he's doing it, he knows the hero, right? But like I felt Silver Edge would be better, for example. But now I'm happy with what I see from Balrogs.
Sure.
The bands straight on point. Feels like Coritiba they would go with a snap. Okay. Phoenix snap.
Ooh. Okay. Well, some heroes that are still in the pool that could do well, Tiny, kind of, or not Tiny, Lifestealer and Jug both come to mind. Something that's able to hit the Phoenix Egg and also has a fine matchup versus the Tiny. I'd rather be the Lifestealer. Oh, no, Lifestealer banned out. Okay, so really only the Juggernaut. But they're lacking stuns right now on Radiant. I don't know if you may even have that luxury to go like a Jug.
Yeah, I'm checking like who would play the Phoenix and who would play the Snapfire. Like I'm checking like Hane profile, and he hasn't played like both of them lately, so might be Snap 4, I guess, because more of his comfort. Phoenix 5. Great team fight. Like both teams are really leaning towards team fight.
Yeah.
It's really good that you go a carry that builds an early BKB on those type of matches, or you go like Jugger, which has the innate BKB. Would feel really good.
So
There's also Void, like Void Phoenix Snapfire. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't sleep on that combo, especially when you pick Pangolier.
Yeah.
Like it's a dream Faceless Void game already. Like no matter what they pick here, they need some stun to go together with the Pangolier. Maybe like a Hoodwink on 4, something like this.
Yeah, they definitely need a low cooldown stun. They have nothing that's low cooldown or even like the really only stun they have is the overgrowth or like the roll. So they definitely need to get some extra lockdown in this lineup. It feels like, I don't know, they need to get lockdown and they need to get a little bit of jump so they can find the Snapfire and Mortimer's Kissin on the back line. That is a stun, yeah.
That's like a RoboZ special, like it's his best hero by far. On the other hand, like it's really bad against Phoenix. You definitely like cannot, like they cannot kill the Phoenix before she hits the egg, and they cannot kill the egg.
Yeah.
It is a hero with early BKB though, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this Phoenix was a 15 pick. You expect that you're going to see two heroes that you hate, and neither Pingo or Kunkka you're really disappointed with. So, I don't know. I feel like at this point, all you need, like you have lockdown, you have magical damage, you've got some tank, you've got some team fight. This 18 pick feels wide open for Coritiba, and they can go for either a mid counter to the Kunkka that they really like, and Razor kind of comes to mind for me to that. I don't know if that's the best thing to do. Or maybe they just go for a safe lane that they know has a great time in this game before it gets banned out.
I would secure the Faceless Void. Just seems so good to be a Void on that game.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the team fight that you have.
Again,
So-
Mortimer's Kisses, right? Both dropped into the Chrono. It feels so good.
And you keep one sort of flex on the Tiny S3 mid, but I'm almost sure it's a Tiny mid here.
Okay.
And Heiko, he has a wide hero pool, so they can last pick anything on the offlane, like even like a Broodmother. I know you're not picking against Kunk and Pungo, but like if you can pick him anything, he's a very talented player. He plays lots of heroes, so saving the okay.
Oh.
Fuck mid.
It does
Tiny.
counter the Pango. It can help find the Train Protector as well. I would agree with you that I think like the Faceless Void really packed a nice punch there. I would have rather seen this one. But at least now you kind of have the same thing, right? You have Coil with your egg. It really sets up your team fight. And it's even on a little bit more of a cooldown. But does that mean that we're committing this Tiny to the offlane now?
Feels weird, like, cause it doesn't seem to be a good Tiny carry game against DP Pungo.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like Puck into Kunkka. I guess Kunkka is just like gonna have a super free lane. He's gonna farm way more than Puck.
Yeah, you
So-
kind of opened yourself into this like Kunkka wins the lane now, even though it was a
Yeah,
17 pick.
I guess like you would be super happy with a Tiny trading farm with Kunkka. Like I know you cannot burst the Kunkka in the game, but like it's the Tiny can do so much on the other heroes.
Well,
And
that is strange. Oh, they also have the 24 pick, so maybe they have something else up their sleeves. It looks like right now, maybe there's a chance that this Kunkka gets flexed over somewhere, but surely we're going to be looking for a just big physical damage carry. They don't really need much more tank in their lineup. I would like to see a little bit more jump on the Radiant lineup, but
Or they can go something like a Jugger
yeah,
that they cannot jump at you.
true, yeah, and they do have coil to eventually stop him, but the Juggernaut, obviously you can spin, and then you're not at coil issue, or you can just like Omni Slash, Switch Slash out of it. Very good for going against the Phoenix. If it does end up being Tiny on the carry role, how do you like that matchup, Juggernaut versus the Tiny?
I guess you're fine as the Juggernaut. You don't care. Like it's not like very one-sided this matchup. It really depends on the lineup. And if you're a Jugger against these Tiny, you're happy. Like let's say if it was a Tiny with Invoker Alacrity, then you're not happy at all.
Okay.
But as a Jugger against like this naked Tiny, no heroes helping him out, I feel good for the Jugger here. They can also go, like, it's a bit dangerous because you can definitely be bursted, but they can go something like a Morphling, which is a good hero for Benny. When he has the Trinket, he usually goes like for a Morphling or a Draw Ranger.
Oh, Natures. Okay, so opting to split the map and maybe take out some towers with them. So okay, it offers a little bit more tower pressure. I mean, God, Death Prophet and the Natures getting up to your buildings. It's gonna be hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's a very strong lane also with the Trinket. Like any ranged carry here with the Trinket can do so much. You can collide on the mid lane really well. You can take towers. On the other hand, I feel like he's super burstable.
Hey! Hey!
Yeah, finally.
All right.
I can't believe they left this Void unbanned. Like I really cannot believe. Like it's like I don't know what to say. It's just like
it's the perfect pick, and it made through the
yeah,
whole way to 24. How did it happen?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. It was like 100% the best pick for Coritiba. Like 100%. I would like insta lock the hero. Like that's why I didn't like the puck, because you're like trading the possibility of picking like a faceless void, amazing game, to have the puck. But well, seems like they knew something that Balrogs wasn't gonna ban this hero. Well, I really think Coritiba is on a better spot here.
Their team fight is huge. Egg, Chrono, you have Snapfire to go into your Chrono. You even have, Coil into the Egg. Like, there's so many things that you can do with this lineup. And Balrogs, though, I will admit, for something that is playing against a team fighty lineup, having something that can split the map like a Nature's Prophet, or even like the X of your Kunkka, like being able to split the map like that so that you're not constantly 5v5 will help to mitigate some of the damage you can find from this Chrono Egg, Puck Snapfire combo.
Yeah, like Coritiba, they just need to survive the laning stage. Their lanes, they're not that strong. Tiny 4, not such a strong laner, especially on this lane. I cannot see him getting kills. Also, Puck against Kunkka. Kunkka is gonna have free farm, definitely. And the Faceless Void lane can actually go both ways. It really depends, like if it maybe use badly or cooldowns on Pango, and Faceless Void, he goes for that 1-1-1 build with time dilation and Orb of Venom, something like this. Then you get a kill on the Pangolier and you're gonna have an amazing lane. But on the other hand, if you play safe as Pango, as soon as you reach level 6, you kick the Faceless Void out of the lane. Can go both ways, especially like if the Trinket wants maybe to start top to put some pressure. Nature Prophet, he can block the creeps really well because he has his own Trinket, right?
Yep.
So he can secure the first wave under the tower, and he can easily last hit those creeps under the tower. Because again, you have your summons, so you have more right-click damage. So they could start as a 3 and try to mess up the lanes of Coritiba. That's the way to go of Balrogs, and they really need Benny playing more actively. Like this game, definitely, the other game, they were already on that pressure that the Wraith King should play early tempo, and he decided to go for the Radiance.
Yeah.
And like he should probably have gone for Dezo and tried to play early. But now this game, if he just like AFK farms and try to be like 6 slotted, they are losing this game. There's no way that they can win team fights on the late game. Like,
Yeah. I mean, Faceless Void already seems like the be-all, end-all late game hero. If you get chronoed, you're going to die. You know, not a whole lot you can do about that one. So the fact that you have that, as well as like all these steroids behind him, yeah, I mean, going late game here is impossible. Just can't do it.
yeah, and like all the heroes on Coritiba, the 3 cores, they scale so much. Puck with a 25 talent, Piercing BKB, Faceless Void, also one of the best carries to scale, and Snapfire on position 3. I feel the hero is so good on 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like you do everything meta-oriented, which is the thing I've been repeating over and over. Stun lock one target, burst him, win the team fight, get the initiation advantage. So basically, it's a hero that you burst on the early game. So you just need one stun with you, and you're gonna burst targets. So let's say Tiny initiates a target, you press R, and the target's dead.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do this over and over till then they get BKB. But before they get BKB, you reach that 15 minutes timer where you can have the shard. And then together with a dagger, you become the initiator. Then basically you're flexing from the hero that's offering burst for a hero that's also offering the initiation when you want heroes to be jumping together. And then on the late game, you're still gonna get an Aghanim Scepter, which are countering this burst mechanism of the enemy team. So you're countering the meta because you are a save. So basically, you do everything on different times of the game. And then if you go ultra late game with the talents, you're a right clicker. So like you do everything. Like you do everything that the hero is supposed to do in the meta, and you do it on the right timings, I feel like. So the hero might seem a bit weird on 3, but I do think that like that's the best role for the hero. I feel like Sacred, he was the first one really spamming the hero on competitive Dota. They brought this, I guess, to the meta in the major. I was really happy to see Thunder bringing some new things to the, let's say, overall world meta. And I think that's the right spot. Snap 3, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I remember whenever it first started being played on like that offlane role, people would go like right in for a javelin. They would go all in on the little shredder. So what you were saying about like kind of having this like ramp up in rolls instead of trying to go for that like direct right click, you have like your blink stun with scatter blast, which is going to be huge. Because like, I mean, when does this Nature's Prophet even want to build a BKB? It feels like you're so far away from that. Usually you're going like, you know, into your treads, then you go for a desolator. Sometimes you'll even go for an orchid in that time. Like BKB is always so far down your priority list because you always think that you're just going to be able to sprout and TP away.
Yeah, and the thing with the BKB is you're against a void.
Yeah.
And if you get chrono, you don't survive, which feels really bad. And on the other hand, like you need to have the BKB to hit the egg, or you need to kite the egg. But if you're kiting the egg, it goes through BKB. So quite a rough spot. And then the Puck's gonna have the 25 talent. It's a really hard game, I think, for Benny. He really needs to snowball to be everywhere in the map. It feels really hard for Balrogs this match.
I think the only way that you can really do anything about this is if you are, as you said, snowballing it down. I think anything past 25 minutes where you're not in a net worth lead is just like waiting for one fight to flip in their advantage, and then you're just done for. So as you said, like making sure that you disrupt the lanes as much as possible is like what you need to do for Dire. But you know, Kunkka is going to be, you know, free farming in the mid lane. They picked a matchup that is definitely going to allow the Kunkka the farm. You know, pause for Tiny is definitely not super strong in the lane, and Nature's is like. Nature's is a good laner. You said he can block the wave under tower and maybe get some free CS if he wants that. He has the Blightstone, so Tiny starting out at that, and Rich no armor, and plus I believe, as you said, his Snapfire does have a little bit more. Has the 4 starting armor. I think once you leave the base will be less, but you know, it's gonna be good to just like kind of get some damage in and kind of bully back these two. Thankfully, at least they have some wave clear, right? You got some Scatter Blast, you have your Cookie, you have Avalanche as well, so maybe the trance won't be as powerful as I think.
Yeah, they have let's say the tools to snowball. Like not a lost game for them, but it's not so good to be on the side that you need to play against the clock.
Mm.
Especially in South America Dota that we still see uh like small mistakes that they sum up a lot, you know. So all teams they still do a lot of small mistakes, and if you're the team that's supposed to snowball, those small mistakes they become big ones,
Mm.
you know. So you need to play flawlessly, and you're not used to play that way. Especially like let's say Benny, he's like the ultra hard carry that wanna be 9 slotted, and now he's against the clock. Like you need to play active, you need to be everywhere in the map, you need to be starting team fights, taking towers, getting an early roach because that's the biggest counter of Faceless Void is having 2 lives, right? Either being like a raking, or you're gonna go for an Aegis, or you go A on disc, which kind of gives you this second life. So they need to just keep running and running over Coritiba. And Coritiba, they just need to survive. I guess like they're just like, hey guys, please not feed. Like don't feed lanes. We can like we probably give away the first row to the enemy team even so, but we are still happy if we don't lose like all tier twos with the first roach, and then we're gonna win the game. You know.
I mean, you can see that they're prepping for a very hard laning stage. You got, Tango Salve on the Phoenix. Faceless Void has got Tango Salve, so they're ready to make some battle, I suppose, on the top side. Sapphire and Tiny, they don't have near as much. They only have a set of Tangos between them. And meanwhile, you have like this Nature's Prophet who's got he's got so many stats. He's gonna click you all the time, and this Treant is ready to go. He's got Tango Salve as well, so yeah, a ton of regen gonna be using these. And as you said, that Dire's going to lose these lanes, and now the fact that rating is prepping up is we're going to out regen you, we're going to keep clicking you, we'll use all of our spells, we're just gonna we're gonna trade with all of our HP, and once we're healed up again, you have to do it again. This hurts you more. All right, we're coming out of the lanes fine. We know that you already hurt.
And when you see like a hero going Orb of Venom and the other one going Blightstone, like actually 2 Blightstones, right? They have on the position 4 Pangolier. It's actually a position 4 Pamplona. And they have on the Nature, so they really want to play aggressive the lanes. Like going Blightstone position 4, Orb of Venom position 5. That's super greedy on that sense that you want to pressure so much the lanes, but that's the right approach.
Oh man, restarting the modem, that's rough. Looks like our Phoenix player here, so I'm gonna be restarting his modem. I'll have to wait for that one to come back online for him. That's rough. I had actually, for the first time in my time actually living here, I got an apartment up where I'm at, and I finally had my first outage at 1 a.m. I really haven't had to deal with anything of that sort lately. It's been nice. I'd hate it would annoy me so much. I get 60 ping right to any game that I'm playing. It's usually not that bad. Having to deal with that, especially in a professional match where you're dealing with this ping all the time, has to be frustrating. You just want to get the game going right.
Yeah, and kind of takes out your focus also, especially in situations like this that they have 1 minute left, so you start getting anxious, and even normal pauses just lagged and it's gonna be back. I feel like at least for the teams I coached, it took away all of the attention of the players. It was super common that the game would pause, and then 20 seconds after unpausing, my hard carry would just die on the enemy jungle, because of, playing on automatic, not thinking about, because kind of you are so focused that you shut down your brain for a few seconds on the pause, and you take so much to come back to that point of focus. So you need to keep talking about the game, on pauses. You cannot be okay, I'm gonna change the music I'm listening to. I'm also gonna go for the bathroom, something like this. No, you need to stay active, talking with your teammates. Otherwise, your focus is just gone, and you forget everything you planned. They smoked. They had a plan with the smoke. They might come back, and the heroes are stopped, and they're like, "What do we do now? Were we smoking? Oh, the rune." And then you realize you're on the wrong way.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I never really thought about that. So I mean, I guess the tactical pause is real then. The enemy team pauses for a minute, and you're just you totally forget what you're doing. So I wonder how many teams. I know that no one would really admit it. Like, I wonder how many teams actually do something where like they just pause because like they have the time, they know they're not going to use it, and see if it like throws someone off.
I do think there are a lot of tactical pauses on online matches that we are not aware of. On LANs, it's better controlled, but I think it's online. There's so much room for doing that. If I recall correctly, like I guess it was TI8 that OG won, and they went from the qualifiers, and they complained that the enemy team would always pause the game for 5 minutes at the beginning of the game.
Oh my god.
And they were like, clearly, I guess it was wind and rain, something like this.
Okay.
And they would always pause, and nothing was done. And they were clearly like discussing how they would play the game.
That's so risky. I feel like if I did that, I would use up my 5 minutes, and then like immediately after someone disconnected, be like, yeah, sorry guys, you know, you already used your time. I would be so scared that something like that would happen.
Yeah.
All right, well, it looks like we are back here. Thank you, Balrogs. They decided to wait, make sure the Phoenix could get back in time. And we are ready to go again. If you're just joining us, we had Coritiba. They won game number 1 off of a nice Roche fight at the end there. 51-minute back and forth. And they eventually did take a win for themselves. And yeah, in this one, you said it. They had a smoke, they had a plan, and all of a sudden, everyone just walked away. And yeah, maybe a little bit because of that pause had to happen.
Yeah, the Phoenix didn't even place the ward. She has the ward, like she was smoke, and didn't place the ward at all. And seems like they're running towards mini. They do have the vision advantage.
Yeah. Very happy to take any fight that comes their way here. Oh, but Pamplona wanted to deward it, and nice. All right, double hitting the ward. Easy gold.
You might wish to retract your last move.
I'm very interested on watching RoboZ with Kunkka. This guy is so great with that hero. Like, you can really expect him to have 5k at the 10 minutes mark. That's like what you aim for as a core, especially as a carry, right? But like as a mid laner that you farm so much as the Kunkka, you can expect this from him. It's really, really good with that hero.
Yeah, because I mean, you always love ranged matchups, right? Oh, top. I saw that. Forced to skill the Icarus dive on Serum. That's really hard. This lane stage just went from like it's hard to you don't win this lane. I get why he had to do it. He had to do it to make sure he didn't give up first blood, but now you don't have the fire spirits to help yourself harass or at least trade 1-to-1 with the support. That is rough.
Yeah, I would still stay on the lane if I was the Trinket, especially after the Phoenix killed the dive, so you can bully a lot the Faceless Void. But he decides to give Benny a greater game, which basically Benny's gonna free farm anyway. But maybe they want to have some kill potential on Hane, delay his level 2. Otherwise, he just like creep skip, get away for him, get his level 2, and with level 2, he's free to rotate the map. Although it's not so easy to rotate when the heroes you need to kill are like a Kunkka. It's so hard to kill this hero on the early game, such a high HP. Also DP, especially with the Siphon, if you're a Tiny, she's gonna press E on you, and like you heal the DP more than you do damage.
Yeah. It's definitely feeling like a good Phoenix support game. All right, you got 2 strength heroes in the Phoenix and the Snap as well. Whether or not you'll get to stay next to them is weird, but yeah, you don't really mind as much as opposed to Tony. He's gonna have to burst the Phoenix like basically 100-0, or else she just gets the egg, and then you're super sad anyways. So at least you like that matchup. Let's see, mid lane, as you said, the Kunkka, he's gonna start to get some pretty big farm, and you know, that's so far pretty even. But he's just gonna start pushing out this wave, and even with no bottle on him yet, does he have one coming out? Yeah, he does. Okay, so he's gonna pick up that rune. Eventually, he's just gonna start taking all the small camps, right?
Yeah. So he went for the bottle rush. Usually you see like Kunkkas going like one bracer and then you go for the bottle because you can X base and get resources, so you don't need that early of a bottle. But feels like he wants to play the lane a lot, so he really wants to bully the Puck. He's trying lots of aggressive torrents.
Speaking of bullies, man, Fives goes down in the trees. Heiko picks up the first blood. And, you know, that's probably going to be maybe his Boots gold, maybe his Wand gold, who knows. But that is a very good first blood here in the spot lane. And the lanes we said we're probably favored towards Radiant.
Yeah, I was really expecting if we see a first blood that it would be from Balrogs. It's really weird to see a Trin dying that way. Actually, I wasn't watching the lane. I'm sorry. That's why I was still talking when he was dying.
That's fine.
Pretty unexpected, I'd say. Might not be the best of 5-5-5 heroes. They definitely go for, okay, let's steal the hero from them, but he's not playing the hero like Noages, you know? Like, can you play like Sab? And you're like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
I can do my best. At least it's not gonna be Sab on his hero. It's not gonna be Sarang with the Trin.
I've done that before. Hey, you play Witch Doctor, right? Oh yeah, come on. You just press Q. What's there to learn? I can play it. And then you're like, 9 deaths at 10 minutes and go, guys, don't do this to me again. I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, but that hero is so strong. You just right click the enemy. It's so easy. I can do it. But you don't realize like the hero has 1 armor. So if you go for that Orb of Venom Rush and they decide to trade hits with you, you might be on a very rough spot.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna toss up here. Did not want to send back into the Snapfire, and Haynes gotta be careful. Almost goes down there.
I don't think they should be going for Benny, because Benny, with the teleport, he's gonna be like full HP soon. Like, he wants actually to be hidden, because he's gonna TP base soon, especially because he doesn't have his cool hair anymore, so to pick up items, really good. So I don't think they should be putting resources into him, unless he can get a toss into the tower.
Yeah, I mean, they toss him back here. Heiko, he's gonna try to set up for the cookie, and there it is, a big stun into the Train Protector after already getting the Scatter Blast that killed Benny, and well, Fives looks like he goes down as well. Heiko gets himself a double kill. It is 3-0 for the Snapfire early on in this lane.
I feel like they're just outplaying. I feel like if you're the nature, as soon as you get cookie, you can just like TP base, and they would have no way to cancel it. So I feel they're just being outplayed.
Makes the laning stage interesting. We were thinking it. We thought that they would win, but now that there's a little bit of big plays coming out from the Snapfire, and maybe this laning stage. I was thinking maybe it's even. It's already actually a 1,000 net worth lead. The Puck even getting the CS that he needs. 30 CS for the Puck already. Not really feeling as much of the pain with the Kunkka, but maybe there's a lot more like salves or something being brought up by him.
Yeah, and they also get a kill on Pamplona. The time dilation doing some good work, as mentioned, for the Faceless Void. And all they needed, I feel like, was to have decent lanes. And the TP mid.
Yeah, he's gonna get coiled up. Boat will land, so he's gonna get the run buff as well. Coil about to run out. Maybe he'll be okay here. He throws up the Torrent as well, but here comes Haynes as well. They get everyone in, try to kill the Kunkka. He gets the Fairy Fire as well, and with the last hit, they get the kill on the Kunkka Guts. Maybe it went too far, but the Pango can't capitalize. And now they're even chasing after Fives here. Oh my goodness, they're going so deep for this.
Yeah, as I mentioned, they love to collide mid. You might see like a Snapfire level 4. He was 4, TPing on the mid lane. That's how crazy they are about that 6-minute rune. That feels way more like Coritiba, watching this. The Snapfire, not so much farm, but it's top net worth because of having 4 kills in 6 minutes. So it is a lane that he shouldn't get so much less hits, but he played perfectly by getting the kills.
Yeah, and now with that, I mean, a little bit of a net worth lead for them still. With the DP putting some pressure on top, it looks like they're going to go in after Serum, and the last hit of the Death Prophet does manage to snipe. And well, now they're actually going to put some pressure in on Mini, diving under the tower, but surely they don't have the damage for this. Maybe they do. Looks like they don't find them.
And they want to thank the tower hits for the catapult to be alive. I believe so. Okay, 5-5-5.
Yeah, they're coming in with the Phoenix. And they're bringing Benny. All right, it's a party in the top lane here. Looks like Mini does get found out a bit, but they do not want to commit to cancel the salve. I mean, this tower surely falls. Yeah, Snap is coming in. He's going to show herself a bit here. Cookie likely on top, but actually tossed in on the Tree Protector, so he falls. Looks like everybody else is just walking away. We forced some TPs. All right, we got some big tower damage. We're able to walk away from this one.
Yeah, they're denying the tower. Also good. So like if you look at last hits, feels like Balrogs should be winning. They had like the 3 cores farming a little bit more at least than the enemy core, like 20 denies on the Nature's Prophet. Of course, like 3 or 4 of those are on the Trinks. But they've been playing, like executing their draft way better on Coritiba side. Feels like they're playing what they practice. On the other hand, it feels a bit like Balrogs. They went for let's steal Trink Protector, let's steal Pangolier, and then suddenly you're not really on your comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the Dota Plus levels, it looks like we're a little bit even, but man, this Kunkka is comfort. Holy moly, RoboZ. Not quite Grandmaster, but he's still up there. Faces Void on the Platinum side as well. Or looking good. Ooh, RoboZ actually getting maybe run out a little bit. Oh, poor Kunkka gonna get the X up. And they're gonna drop the boat. Heiko is a big kill since he got so many kills in the bot wave. The torrent hits, and they will kill him. The toss away wasn't in time to save, and now all of a sudden they've given away 2 kills. The net worth lead is getting close to them, and well, I mean, RoboZ has almost eclipsed the puck again.
Yeah, a bit of lack of discipline, I'd say, from Coritiba to be on that spot, because you had Faceless Void changing lanes, so he's here to take the enemy safe lane tower. And you just need to sit behind him, because any target he chronos, you have the Snapfire Kisses, and you can easily take this tower. So you don't need to be so deep into the enemy jungle, especially when you didn't take the enemy tower yet, and now they go for the right move.
Yeah, there it is. Chrono right on top of that Nature's Prophet. The Mortimer's Kiss is hidden as well. Looks like when he just barely goes down, Heiko picks up the kill. And I don't know if they're going to turn this into a tower kill, though.
Yeah, I don't think they can, because the Trink here, Mini is tipping top actually to farm. He kind of gives up on taking that tower. It's a lot of farm though, 3 mages, so definitely worth tipping.
Ooh, a bit of an aggressive move here. No TP on the Phoenix and the puck, or only TPs on the Phoenix and the puck, so this one might actually go undefended. Spirits are doing a lot of damage for the soul.
Yeah, a bit of the read that they use their spells, you can just run at them mid. They even do this before the catapult reaches, so they can still like go top and make use of that catapult to force the fortify. It's very meaningful if you can force like an early 45 on these tier 2s.
Yeah, and it looks like silenced up on this Phoenix. Oh, will he get away? Last right click. It looks like it does not take the rest of the damage, so Serum will be okay. He's level 5 still, looking for that level 6, and it might be that way for a little bit.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet even used his ultimate to try to get the hit, but they lost vision of the Phoenix. He went to Fog. Phoenix still level 5 though. I'm not so sure who got it Tom, like, cause Tiny sitting at 6, and I would say like better to have a Phoenix 6 than a Tiny 6.
Oh, well, something that's also good to have here is Heiko does get Overgrowth up. They're gonna get the X on him again. They need to try to send out the Torrent Storm here, and well, there it is, Torrent up in the air from Heiko. He's still a bit healthy, but with 4 heroes surrounding him, he will fall. And not as big as a kill as the first time, but still pretty good.
Yeah. Took so long because like Pamplona was doing like a city tour on the team fight, like trying to find Heiko. They didn't combo so well the Dax with the ultimate, but still a decent kill. And they come to pressure another tower, and still 20 seconds to Chrono. I'm actually not sure they can take this tower. They should be afraid of the Chrono.
Yeah, this is gonna be up what, 15 seconds, and I mean they don't have Exorcism for another 30. There's no natures around to help staff up with the treants, so yeah, definitely gotta be careful for them.
And they place a good ward with which they can see the moves of Tiny.
Oh, a good ward, able to lock in this Phoenix with that high ground ward, grab that, but meanwhile, yeah, Pango goes down in the mid lane, gets that kill, and okay, 1-for-1 action.
Yeah, a bit greedy from the Pango, but I believe it has to do with the fact that he's a position 4, because he had vision of the Tiny rotation. By the way, Tiny, bottom.
Yeah, he's still rotating. He's got the clarity moving. He only has enough for 1 spell. Actually tosses him away from a lot of Mortimer's Kisses, but still will find the kill. Looks like they did TP on Pamplona as well, so getting ready to fight down here. Radiant in return.
I guess a bit of a miscommunication, because if you are using Mortimer, you don't need to toss the target into the Snapfire. It has so much cast range. It would be better. It had like mana for just for one spell. It would be better to Avalanche, that he could have gotten the 2 targets.
Thankfully, they still do get that kill. And for what we said, you know, a lane win, need to keep a net worth win up for the Dire. Trying here to maybe move on the map, but where's my mini at? My mini's still top. Do you want to see them do something with this Chronosphere soon?
Not really, because they don't have the Mortimer kisses, and he doesn't have damage yet to kill targets. He need the Mithril Rammer to complete the Maelstrom. Then he might have the damage.
Okay. You don't think the egg is enough right now?
I don't think you want to commit egg chrono that way.
So you'd rather use like egg with a coil?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess egg coil goes better, and like Chronosphere Mortimer kisses goes better also.
Okay, so you're gonna have a nice pair too. And that's the thing. If you just have a ton of long cooldowns and you pair them up, then they're just like, you know, 2 medium cooldowns.
Yeah.
There's a nice coil on Nature's Prophet here, and the egg, and there it is. It's the mini combo. There we go. They get a kill on Benny, stop him from farming. And meanwhile, bottom, it looks like nice chrono from Mini. He does get rooted up. He had a DD. He thought he had the kill for free on LaSoul. Instead, now she's able to turn around with the Spirit Siphon, and she's actually doing so much damage on LaSoul.
Yeah, they didn't do right this other mini combo. Heiko.
Gotta get their parents straight. Well, thankfully, they still get the kill on Heiko. Mini diving away through the trees. He will also get out alive, but they do lose that Snapfire. Very unfortunate that they had to lose that.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't time the chrono with the Mortimer kiss. That's why I told he shouldn't be using the chrono. Like, he really needed the Mortimer kiss. So now, the thing is, like, now he puts Snapfire in a really bad situation that, like, for 2 minutes, you do have Mortimer, but you don't have the chrono. So, really sad the way that played out.
And now, I mean, Nature's Prophet, he's got the Maelstrom. He's going to start to just farm up towards that BKB. You said in BKB, it's pretty much necessary to play the game. And Nature's just saying, you know, I might not need really a Deso. Or no, he has a Deso and the Maelstrom. Okay, so then he's going to go for the BKB.
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know. I'm trying to check his
I
career.
don't know.
I figured that
No, I
since
guess he
had
goes
it...
for the BKB first.
Okay. I mean, I like that. I'd like the early time on a BKB. Would you?
I do like it, but I think it's better to have the Deso, because I'd rather be saved like from chrono plus something with having 2 lives instead of having BKB, because if he pressed chrono and you didn't BKB, Mortimer is gonna kiss you. He's gonna kiss you. He's gonna kill you. The Mortimer kisses, and it's kind of hard to BKB pre-chrono. So I don't know. Feels like the team fight without Aegis is really hard, even with the BKB. And then, like, let's say you manage to press the BKB before the chrono, then he's gonna time it with the Supernova, and you're gonna be stunned during your BKB, so you're gonna like lose your BKB duration to the chrono plus the stun, and then you just die.
Yeah. Looks like they're gonna smoke up here. A little bit of revenge coming up from Balrogs. They've got the Orchid on the Kunkka. So if he pops out too far here, he might get silenced up. They're gonna Torrents to get the vision, and they will drag him back. And there it is, silence up. So poor Phoenix won't get out of that one. Nice pickup. That was what your smoke was, though. I don't know if that was really great for your smoke pickup. And now, the X not close enough. He will TP out in time. But now, I mean, maybe they can actually push towards mid lane or maybe towards bot.
They're going for Heiko. He does have the dagger. Let's see how fast he's fast.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's got the fastest fingers in the West there. And Pampona checking around, won't get into the trees, it looks like.
Yeah, let's say the right move would be to initiate with Swashbuckle, because you have like a better cast range. Then you cancel the dagger, and then with it you follow up with the stun. A bit of a misplay from Pamplona, and on the other hand, like really well played by Heiko, right? Like I cannot put the blame on Pamplona. It's mostly like how fast Heiko was reacting to it.
Yeah. You got some quick fingers there, and well, 7-11 here. Still a mid lane tower up right now. Fives. This feels good to be a tree protector. You're looking at all your towers being alive. It is free living armor wherever you're at. Free heal on towers that are still up. And oh no, unfortunately, in the triangle, Kunkka, he's gonna get coiled. He's gonna get egged. He's gonna get Mortimer's kisses. You can't save yourself from that one, and that's gonna be a nice kill on Kunkka. A lot of resources used. Do you think they can get any other map control because they use so many ults?
When he's back, I get okay.
Oh,
Ready
I guess
kill
not.
on the puck?
Yeah, not the puck stead. Nice follow there from the soul. Gets that Crypt Storm to end the life of the puck. And yeah, no, okay. Now I'm very sure using that many ultis to kill a Kunkka in your triangle. Sure, he's got to get out of there, but now they can't really do anything to get like a tower or anything on the map.
Yeah, I feel if I'm Balrogs, I would just like buy the Diesel here on Benny and enter Roche. And then you have like a free Aegis because you cannot contest this with Chrono only. You need a follow-up to the Chrono Dag or the Kisses, and both have been used.
Yeah, and now without all those follow-ups, I think we kind of had this the last game where Heiko, he went for like the Strength Blink on Centaur, something that like kind of fills in the gaps towards your long timings. For him, it's going to be the Blink Shard, right, is what you're saying. Like that will be your extra low cooldown to help fill in the gaps until you get to your long cooldowns again.
Yeah, he does have the gold. I'm wondering why he didn't buy, if you want to save buyback, because he sees they're going for like bursting him on the beginning of team fights and he wants to play a bit more cocky on the map. This could be a reason. What I'm also surprised was that like Tiny just got his ultimate now at 11. Like he got a 3 throw point before getting grow, and I see a lot of more value on the bonus armor, bonus damage, toss bonus damage than having the 3 grab. I don't know why he had a point on 3 grab.
Yeah, toss bonus damage is definitely good. I mean, I'm sure next point we'll go to it anyways, but he does have Blink Dagger ready to make some moves with his team. I don't, that is weird.
Basically, I guess he got the
It was a
3 to farm faster the dagger. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, because it was late. He was 3-3-0 whenever we looked at him at level 6, so he definitely didn't get it for the laning stage or anything. Oh.
Okay. Feels like Benny read the smoke. He's going for the shard. Good, but I would love that this shard came from the Roche. But to have that, he should have done like a Roche with 14 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be so delayed if you wait for that. I mean, what? First Roche not taken yet. Figure your max time is like 11 minutes in between. So even if they took the Roche right now, the next time you're seeing that is until like 32 minutes or something.
Yeah. That's why I was putting so much priority on Roche, and I think they really like 20 minutes is very late for this Roche. Very, very late.
Yeah.
They and I guess Coritiba is doing the right, what they're supposed to do, like let them Roche. Like you don't wanna take fights, you just wanna survive. Even though they do have all the cooldowns, so if they were prepared enough, they might be able to take it. But they, like Balrogs, they are on their BKB timings, and you didn't hit yours yet, so it's pretty normal that you let it go. The thing with the shard on hard carries, it feels really bad for your item progression that you pay 1.4k on a spell.
Yeah.
Because you really wanna be having like a new item every 2 minutes, 3 minutes to put a lot of pressure. So it really delays, for example, like a Dezo or something. It's like Ursa. Ursa has the most...
Ooh, bottom. Mortimer's Kiss is in with the coil. Another double combo here. And the Train Protector still living through it. They haven't killed him. In fact, he lives through 2 very high cooldown ultis, high damage ultis. And oh no, God's got to be careful. He gets silenced up. Maybe they can actually catch this puck out now. They have the Orchid on him. Benny's going to TP in as well. And they get the kill. There is nothing that feels worse than dropping 2 ultis on a pause 5. He lives, and then you die afterwards. That is peak despair.
Yeah. And again, it feels like it's a lot of mistakes on Coritiba's side of not respecting their own timings. Like if you draft that way, you should play your draft the way it's supposed to. Like Heiko, he had his BKB coming on the cool here. And and
Right.
he was doing plays. You know, like if you wanted to do plays, like just get the shard. If had the shard, they could have killed.
Mm.
So like while you're farming your BKB and like when it's on the way, you're initiating a team fight. You need more patience. You need more discipline. That's what they really lacked here because it shouldn't be going that way, on my point of view.
I definitely agree. I would have loved for this Blink Shard to be the way that they like kind of start these burst down fights. And instead, you know, he's still relying on that ulti. So at top now they don't have that small cooldown ulti to help defend this. They almost have to rely on Faceless Void, but that's why like this Aegis is so powerful for them right now, because the only way that they lose this fight is if they have someone who, you know, a high priority target that gets chronoed, gets taken down, no other life. But now they don't have to worry as much about it unless it's a very big chrono. There's a coil, lands on the Kunkka here, rolling through from Pamplona. They're gonna egg on the high ground. He's got his own shard, so that's another ulti kited out here. That egg really just forces them off the high ground, nothing more.
Yeah, they trade the egg for the Pungo roll, but the Pungo roll is gonna come back in half the time. And again, it was a moment that Coritiba they couldn't initiate. Like, meaning he had vision of the targets, but if he chrono target, there was no Mortimer Kisses. So they are putting themselves on bad situations by creating plays when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, now bottom. Gottsi's trying to push this out. And I feel like that's the best way that he can really defend the towers, by forcing them back. But fortification used. They're not even worried about their tier 2, and they will take down this top tower. So losing the outpost as well, going to lose a bit of XP. And, you know, only one tower gone for this Radiant lineup. Meanwhile, you've already lost a tier 2 from Coritiba. So very sad in terms of your map control.
And a very greedy build from Guts, going the Kaya for that extra damage when the enemy team has an Orchid. So you have this travel dagger hero that's supposed to be so mobile that you can cut waves and delay the game. But if you don't have the Scepter as a dispel for the Orchid, you might be in trouble. It's kind of hard to play this game as Puck. Especially like he goes for Cast Sange, does make sense, but he could like go for Sange first. That would make him survive.
Yeah, it feels like such a good Eul's game anyways, right? Because technically you do have your phase shift for the Kunkka, but you know, it works with the X. You know, you have this Nature's Prophet where you don't have a lot of low cooldown stuns. You have, maybe you can rely on a bash, but in reality you have Cookie and you have Avalanche Toss, and that's it for your low cooldown stun. So if you're, you know, catching out a Nature's Prophet somehow, you're able to cancel TP with your Eul's and his natural TP with your Silence, so it gives you a little bit more potential on him. And of course, yeah, for that Orchid, it's so
And
good. I'm surprised.
he's sitting under a ward. Okay, he just blinked, but
Oh, nice catch on the X. He will get dragged back here into the Orchid and the roll, and that's a bit sad. You know, he lives there with Eul's. I said it.
I kind of like how do you say, premeditated that.
Yeah.
Like this was clearly happening. The way he builds, the way he needs to play lanes, shoving waves. Okay, bottom.
Yeah, and BKB pop from the soul. They're just going to turn this one right back around. They have the overgrowth on 3. This Faceless Void, got to be careful. He pops his own BKB, trying to TP out. It looks like he will. But meanwhile, his friends on the other side, they're not so safe. Hane's going to get caught out by the Orchid here. Going to get dragged back into the Torrent. He will fall. And meanwhile, on the bot side, Heiko trying to just maneuver through the trees. But unfortunately, there's a tree protector. He lives in the trees. No.
Heiko is so good.
Oh,
he's gonna show. Oh, Pamplona!
He thought he had it. Instead, walks out to Pamplona in the lane, and unfortunately, I believe he will go down here.
He definitely is going down.
Man, he almost had it. He almost had it.
Benny wanna be part of the kill. Get that early satanic. Props to Balrogs. They're playing really well the map. Like I mentioned, they couldn't do mistakes. Because they are the one playing against the clock, and they aren't. They're like just killing Coritiba off guard everywhere, and shows like how much value Trent has. I guess especially with that BKB nerf. You're gonna say, okay, but like it's a hero that counters BKB, and BKB is nerfed. Yeah, but you still need to build BKB. You know, you cannot say, oh, it's a long cooldown BKB. I'm not buying it. You are still buying. Like you must buy this item.
Yeah.
And now you counter, like you have a ultimate every 100 seconds with a BKB 90 seconds. So basically all the time that the enemy has BKB, you have her ultimate up. That's so good. That made such a huge difference on that team fight that Snapfire wanted to TP out with the BKB, couldn't, and basically Faceless Void, he was controlled during most of the time. He had to press his BKB later to TP out.
Well, they're going to smoke up here. One thing we have yet to see is a great combination of all of your ultimates here on Dire. And, well, it looks like Tiny, he, just runs away as soon as the smoke breaks. I thought there was going to be some hope. Looks like he still finds the tree, going to toss him back over to Mini here. And with the bashes, they will get the kill on 5s. And Roshan, it could be up in a minute, maybe a bit early for them. But, again, I really want to see one fight where you get to throw down your Chrono, you get to throw down the Mortimer's Kisses, and maybe even follow up with like a Coil Egg at some other point in the fight, right? Like, you should be able to take down 2 heroes in a groups.
Yeah.
Oh no. Roll through on the Faceless Void here. He won't get a chance to play the game. Mini goes down, and that is just a lot less map control you have. They're going to run right up the high ground likely. There is no Roshan for 40 seconds.
Not only the kill on Mini, but the tip. If you remember, as I mentioned in the beginning of the cast, their previous carry was Benny. And he got replaced by Mini, the mid laner, as a carry.
Let's see.
So, pretty interesting stuff going there with that tip.
And now they definitely have to win the series if he gets this one to show that he is the carry. He wasn't the problem.
Yeah. Who is the true carry? Like, who was the problem? Yeah.
I don't know, let's see. I mean, they're going to keep some treants here in Roche Pit. I feel like I've seen a lot of high timers today. I feel like this one's going to be short. I'm calling this one under a minute 30 seconds.
Hey.
So close.
Yeah.
All right, not a mathematician. I'm out.
You should you should change the nickname, right?
I know. Guess magician. That's so sad. All right, well, looks like they still smoke up here on Balrogs. They have about a minute 30 before Roche is spawning. And I don't know. It feels like just a bit early. Remember, they don't actually know if Roche is up yet or not. I want to you want to get a pick topside, take that fight, get a kill, and go right into the Roche pit. Otherwise, it is terrifying. I think at this point in the game, if you go into Roche pit and you're not prepared, like, Chrono's gonna hurt. So you have to take someone out before you go into Roche pit, or at least know their ultis are down.
Yeah, this can be very dangerous. Like, they need to play really well with buybacks on a Balrog side. So they really need to be like, okay, I'm gonna have the buyback on Kunkka. He's gonna be the initiator, or I'm gonna have like a Disc on Pangolier. It also seems like a good way of forcing some cooldowns, so you can actually get a good team fight going. Like, it's not like the first Roche that Coritiba was going to give for free. This one, they really need to fight for it, and it might be a dangerous fight.
Looks like still smoked on a few of them. All control is starting to point towards top. RoboZ farming a bit aggressively here, but it's no punishment. I mean, the fact that all these towers are up are so good for Balrogs now, because they can go drastically farther on the map, and they still have 2 towers they can TP like right next to the Roche pit. They even have the top outpost. The control for Dire is so little right now. The only way they can TP is into the mid tier 1 or mid tier 2. You have lost so much control on the map right now. Without taking control of the enemy triangle, I just don't see how you like properly contest Roche unless you're blind running in, which is very scary.
Yeah, what they are doing is basically they're shoving bot and always forcing one hero from Balrogs to show on the bot lane. And by that, they think they're gonna keep like the Roche free. But it's not what is happening. Like, Treant is showing bottom, yes, but they're doing Roche. And there isn't time to contest. It's like gonna be a free Roche. Pause. This might give time to contest, because like you need to be like, let's smoke and go Roche. And if the game is paused for so long, you can be like, oh, I guess they are rushing. Okay, so we instantly smoke. Yeah, okay. So Puck, you gonna travel on the lane, on the top lane, something like this.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's the first ping. I mean, yeah, if you look at their vision, all you see is like, hey guys, we have a wave that's like pretty deep bottom. We've got a wave that's about centered out in the mid lane, and we have our wave at our tower about to push out towards mid. Like you can pretty much draw a circle in the top triangle of the map. Like they are here, and what's that big point in the center? Like that's got to be where they're at. You know, if Roche is up, they're in it. And the first thing that I think they're gonna do, right, is probably scan to see, you know, is there actually someone in Roche right now?
Yeah, I guess they're gonna like instantly scan and instantly smoke. Oh, there isn't smoke. There is no
Oh,
smoke
man.
with either the Phoenix or the Tiny,
man.
and that's really trouble.
Yeah, they're gonna see everything off this wave then on Radiant. They may have time to disengage, but they probably don't need it. I mean, Roshan's just gonna go down. They're not running to it.
Pretty tough spot here for Coritiba, even though it's like just 4k lead because of the shard, right? +2. It feels really bad because playing against Aegis is so hard now. They choose to leave the Aegis with the Kunkka. I
don't
think it's
know
a
how
bad
much I like
choice,
that,
honestly.
yeah. I feel like as a Kunkka, if you get your Torrent Storm, or I guess your Tidal Wave and your boat off, like you've done your job on Robo Z. Yeah, that sounds is also nice, but those things are one life. you only really have one chance usually to get that boat down. Whereas like on the Nature's Prophet, like man, he's got Satanic, he's got Witchblade, like he can hit, and that's something that's gonna persist through 2 lives. I'm surprised that they didn't give it to him.
Yeah, and usually you want on the Siege hero because you want to be able like to hit towers without worrying.
Yeah.
And Kunkka is not really the Siege hero. It's definitely the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
It feels... Oh, they cannot pause. Oh, it's a curse match, they say.
Yeah.
It feels really weird, this choice. Really, really weird. I'd say I really disagree. Something I also disagree with is that I'm like looking at Heiko. He went for the 15 right talent, and I really think I should go for the left one. I'll explain why. Like I told like about how the hero progresses in the game and how about you hit your timings. Basically, if you have like the left talent with the shard, you're gonna farm the wave with 1 scatter blast. So you farm way faster with this extra damage. That means you get an early eggs, and then you're gonna hit like your crystals, your critical damage by the 20, where you get the talent that really matters, the right one.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be actually like super strong with Daedalus when you're about 25, and that's like the big timing. So if you have like this window that you don't go for the agonies, and that like you're having like a damage item, the quick buy, and you don't even like do the damage. Like if he would buy Crystallis, it wouldn't change anything right now because he doesn't have the 20 talent. So that's why he can sit with some gold in the bank. And I think like what really makes the right click build enable is the 20 and 25 talent. The 15 doesn't really matter. Like really doesn't matter so much, these 2 extra shots.
Yeah, I want, because you already have 6 attacks. Like you hit pretty hard. One thing I'm surprised with, I know that like he probably doesn't have as much farm as he would have thought this game. But so there's no Ags on the board at all. I'm assuming he's just going to rely on Roshan for that as well. So how hard are we going to see him pivot into this right click build? Like after Daedalus, do you want to see him go back for the Aghanim Scepter that kind of helps his team take those fights? Or is he going all in, like get an MKB maybe, get a Maelstrom or some other damage item that procs off of your little Shredder? Do you want to see him pivot that hard into Shredder being your next point of impact in fights?
I think since you didn't do the agonies, you just go all in on the right click.
Okay.
Because otherwise you just like made the build upside down.
Okay.
Like it feels weird.
Yeah, you
but
would have wanted to go Ags first and then build into you having the gold and the XP for your Shredder. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. But I really feel like it would have been an amazing agonies game for the hero. Also, I think Guts too greedy, like so many damage team fight items when it's a game that they're not fighting till they hit like their power spikes, which is like his 25 or so. So he could have like some survivability items like the Epulze Scepter or even a disc. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have done a better build on heroes, and if they just like waited for their cooldowns, it would be such an easy game for Coritiba. On the other hand, Balrogs, they are playing so well. I'd say the first thing that I would see as a mistake on my point of view. But of course, they do have their point of view, and they're like 5 guys thinking together with a strategy on their mind. So the chances are they are the right ones, and I'm the wrong one. Is this Aegis choice on Kunkka? I really I try to have this in mind. Like, okay, they are the players. There are 5 guys. They know what they're doing. But it just feels weird for me. It really feels like Nature's Prophet can be easily bursted, and they will lose the team fight. Simply like that. On the other hand, if it's Kunkka being bursted, they already like need to spend so much resources, and doesn't mean they're gonna win the team fight, because you spend so much resources, then you have like a Nature's Prophet with 2 lives, and you cannot kill him, like, because you already waste at least 2 out of your 4 big cooldowns to kill the Kunkka, and you cannot like kill a BKB Aegis Nature's Prophet like with 2 cooldowns. You cannot take like 2 lives, especially one with the BKB.
Yeah, I mean, because the Kunkka, he's gonna throw it on the boat. He'll have that damage delay, and it feels like that already is like hard enough to get through. That essentially becomes like his like, you know, second live kind of, just because he's so tanky. Benny doesn't have that luxury. I mean, he's got the Satanic, but you know, he's sitting with the Satanic with the BKB, 2500 HP. All right, Kunkka, he's got, you know, he's still got an Aegis in his hand instead of the Bracer, but he's sitting at 2600 already. Plus, he's gonna give himself that buff. I mean, he is just wildly tankier. Especially considering what they're going to dump on him, right? Because they are likely going to coil. They're going to want to stay in the coil range. So he's going to drop the boat right on top of the coil. He'll be fine. Yeah, it's very surprising to me. I guess the only thing that you can really hope for is that, like, if you allow the Kunkka to get the Aegis, then he can be the one to stand on high ground, maybe like zone a bit, push himself forward, and then their Death Prophet and your Natures can still do tower damage, you know, from a distance. Lasol probably being the one to like put his life on the line. He does have that Eon disc that he can, you know, kind of patch together if he really needs it in a bind. But maybe that's the point. Like, they're gonna have him be the front line for these high ground sieges, and then like your Death Prophet is gonna be the one that like does the damage behind him. So you kind of pair them up with that Aegis.
Yeah, but I guess then they are trusting a lot that Benny's gonna like be hitting jungle creeps, because if he shows up, you lose the fight.
That's
like,
true.
Like, look, even the Pangolier 4 has way more survivability. I'm really having trouble to say this word. Than the hard carry, the hero that's supposed to be hitting towers. Like, with the Aeon Disc, you're pretty fine. DP with the Aeon Disc, you're pretty fine. Trinket with all the mobility in the trees, the dagger, you're fine. Kunkka, like BKB Aegis. But the Nature's Prophet, like, if they get him, one stun, he's dead. One stun, he's dead. Like, not even like Chrono. Like, the Snapfire starts on him, he's gonna die. Gonna be like chain stunned and die. So feels really, really weird, especially because you have Satanic, which, as I mentioned, like with the BKB Aegis would feel like 3 lives, because you have like BKB Aegis, and like basically have 2 lives plus the BKB, which feels like the 3rd, and Satanic feels like a 4th life. So all you need is not being bursted, and that's what the Aegis offered the hero. Like, otherwise you need to have buyback, and he's not saving at all for the buyback. Like, he wants to go for the full assault.
Yeah. We saw them. It was for the Abyssal Blade last game, I believe, on Spectre. Not on Spectre. He was the Wraith King. What? There was something that he also built out that I feel like he was like missing a buyback for a while in that game as well. So, and it's just common, you know, the best way to secure yourself your next life isn't buyback. It's just having that item that helps you survive. AC, clearly just another life. Same thing. All that armor.
Yeah. AC better than Aegis.
Amen. I've been saying that. That's what we need. Well, it looks like game has resumed here, and a little bit of a lapse. We still have the Aegis on Kunkka as a reminder. He's looking for for himself, and meanwhile, it looks like they're just trying to clear out this bottom wave. They actually find out Hane, so this Tiny getting gone on by Benny. That's a nice kill to help stop the split push. And I imagine they're going to start taking themselves right up this bottom wave, right? And, you know, Mini and Heiko, they're setting up for maybe an aggressive move before they get here. He sees them. He roots up one. He finds out that Mini's here as well. They're going to get the Torrent that sees Heiko. Now they got to get away here, but they're going to drag back the axe. He pops the BKB on Heiko. He'll get away. and all of a sudden you tried to set up an aggressive move. Instead, you're gonna end up losing your Snapfire here. He's gonna get rooted up, torrented into the sky, and Heiko goes down. Very risky to try to make that move, and it did not pay out.
Yeah, and you had like a Snapfire with Crystallis making a move with level 19 without the talent.
Oh
Like,
no.
again, they're not respecting their timings.
No, here's a Chronosphere. They're trying to make it work anyways. They're jumping on the nature that he gets bursted away. RoboZ, he's trying to hit the egg, and they will take the kill here, but Mini, it feels like without the Nature's Prophet, he feels uncontested. He'll get dragged on back. Disarm right now on the Faceless Void. He's gonna get tossed up as well, and the bounces around. They will kill Mini. The Faceless Void is gone. They're gonna root up Tiny, though. Another kill, and with the Aegis only down on Kunkka, I don't know how you can truly win this fight anymore for Dire. Opponent barely gets away with his life, and Guts actually gets something together. He gets the kill on 5s. And so overall, 2 down on the Dire side, and RoboZ, Aegis gone, will take this next set of racks.
Feels like it was premeditated also that the Nature's Prophet was gonna just die.
Yeah.
So you have like our hero with 23k net worth just disappearing on the team fight. And here would be way better if they had like a Nature's.
Oh, nice BKB. All right, RoboZ able to get away. And Lasol also able to get away. So a nice net worth lead picked up here by Balrogs.
Yeah. Like, feels Coritiba did what they could with the resources they had, like Snapfire dying. Guts, you want to go for Pamplona?
And I need
getting him.
Oh wow, yeah, he's got DD. Nice kill. These little
Oh,
pokes.
I need to be careful. You need to be careful. Oh, okay. Outplayed. Yeah.
Yeah, good play.
But basically, I feel like if they had the Aegis on nature, they would win the game now.
Yeah.
I really believe this.
I agree. I mean, then he comes back. It's nice that the Kunkka was able to come back, but man, if that was a Nature's Prophet season, then we don't only lose a melee rack, we probably lose both up here, and probably some more heroes dead. But instead, looking at Nature's, he just came back. He's going for the Eondis, so that doesn't happen in Chrono anymore. I mean, Nullifier has got to be coming close now for many. Otherwise, he's not going to get many Chrono kills anymore.
Yeah. Like, why would you want an extra life for the hero with 15k net worth and saving for a Vice, which has now a pretty great timing, instead of the one with 23 and Satanic and... But yeah, the game still feels great. Still feels great for Balrogs.
Oh, yeah. And 8,000 net worth lead for them. Gonna be a bit for them to come back.
With the Vice.
Yeah. They're gonna hex him up. Torrent in the sky. Hex as well. The heal from Sunray is not enough.
I really missed the tip here. Man.
It's true. It's true. Benny was the one to pick up the kill as well.
It really feels bad to be minion now, because you feel like, okay, I need Lincoln Spheres to play the game, but I don't have Mjolnir yet to do damage. Feels really bad for T-by spots right now. Feels like cutting waves time. That's exactly what Hana is doing. But that's not enough.
No.
They have a catapult, they have Exo, they probably getting Megas.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Bit of poking around from the puck here. They got to do something to stop this from happening. If Megas go, it feels like your game goes as well. You're going to get a coil down, but it doesn't actually land on anyone here. The Tiny will fall. And now with the... Oh, egg dropped. And Heiko, he has a damage. Does get the kill there with his Shredder. But, oh, unfortunately locked in. Will get away from the Nature's Prophet. And it looks like with only a buyback of the Tiny, they kill the Pangolier. And they create some time for the Faceless Void to come back.
Yeah, I'm surprised Coritiba they managed to not lose the top lane. I guess it has to do with Balrogs playing safe also, because they could have gone all in on that, because they had buyback on Nature's Prophet, so they would need to spend everything. You can just buy back and win the game, or not even buying back if it's not needed. So a bit like, feels like Balrogs they're a bit like playing safe, but too safe on that decision. And yeah, so on the Snapfire side, feels like, again, like if had like an Aghanim's to that combo, he would have bursted more targets, and he managed to get a kill with the critical against the Pangolier because he was basically like going towards him. But you still want to be on the back line as the Snapfire.
Man, these timings are not lining up. And there's a super deep ward Radiant in the Dire base that knows there is no one sitting in the base. They have to be out on the map, so good job hiding all around the map from this Radiant side. In fact, he's going to start pushing bottom on Benny. But they tried to make a smoke move. They didn't find anyone up top, and even if they did, still 45 seconds until Roche might respawn. So a bit unfortunate. Just seems like nothing is really lining up where it needs to right now for Coritiba.
Yeah. And they don't have the buyback on Faceless Void, so it's actually okay-ish that they don't have the Roche, because he really needs to farm that buyback. That's the only way I see Coritiba winning. Is basically they kill Mini, he buys back, and gets a good chrono. Because otherwise, it feels so hard to take this Roche fight, like on a 5 against 5, so you need like 6. You need those buybacks really well used.
Now, well, we have mini smoke up here from Balrogs. They don't need Natures in the mix. They'll just TP wherever the fight is. It looks like they are going up towards the top side. This one feels a bit better. It's a minute respawn on Roshan, so a bit faster. But they're walking all around the ward. Smoked up, so no one knows just yet. Mini, he's gonna get seen. He does get hexed up, but it looks like he might get away here. The BKB is popped. Mini, he could fight somewhere else, but the roll through from Paplona, he doesn't want to lock in just yet. Finally get on top of the Nature's Prophet. He gets rooted up as well. He's gonna be able to mant it off. The egg will fall on Benny here. Maybe they can actually find the damage. He's sunned up. They have the damage from the Snapfire. Now the Mortimer gets it. They get the kill, but what did it cost? They're gonna get the silence on Faceless Void. He can't turn around any longer. He will fall, but they have already bought back on Benny. He has such a lower timer. He does not care about this buyback. He can turn and fight whenever he wants. But ooh, maybe they get a bit of a return here. Puck gets 1 kill, 2 kill, a triple for Guts. And now there's 3 dead on the Radiant. You've already bought back on Benny. If you want to contest Roche, you almost have to buy back on 3 heroes. Roche going to respond to 9. Oh no, he just TP'd out. Oh, they don't know. And now,
Michael.
Oh yeah, dude, there's already a Hex on LaSoul. And now they have the Glype near Heiko. He's got to be careful.
I guess he just turn here. And yeah.
Oh, man. Now they just walk right into Roche. Oh, my lord. That is disastrous.
I would buy back and fight Roche. I think they could, but yeah. It's very risky to do that. Because you see, like, if Natures doesn't have Aegis, you just burst him. So...
Yeah. Oh, Phoenix. Gotta be careful. Does not have egg. Barely has a dive away, and it looks like this Death Prophet is going to give her life so that Aegis can go to Benny. But Puck setting up for it. Silence in. You are way too early, it feels. They're just going to stop hitting Roshan, maybe. No, they're still going for it. He silenced up. Benny, he still grabs the Aegis. They pop the...
the Agonies. They're pinging the Agonies.
Oh, no. Who got it?
DP.
Okay. DP did get it. All right.
Yeah, but it was there for a while.
Yeah, almost got it. Honestly, I thought Benny was insane whenever he was still clicking Roche. I thought that this puck could probably steal it away from him, but fastest fingers on Benny does get the kill on Roshan and also gets the Aegis, and then, yeah, Death Prophet will pick up the cheese and the Aghanim Scepter.
I think they should have bought back and committed on that. Like, the Nature's Prophet doesn't have Aegis, you win the game, basically, because he has no buyback, and you can just burst him with 1 chrono. But now it feels really, really hard for Coritiba. Really hard to play this game. Phoenix going for this. I think it's a good choice, but I'd rather go for a refresher. I think he could pop like an early egg without being bursted, and then has a second one. I think they need some greedier choices on that sense when you are so behind.
Yeah, I mean, there's already, so what, there's 2 Eon discs on Paplona and LaSoul for Radiant, and then only 1 on Guts. Of course, it's a little bit more important to have on Radiant since, you know, the Chronosphere, but still, surprised there's not another one, but, you know, Sam, it'll be really nice on the Phoenix.
They're smoking
I mean, RoboZ kind of caught out Guts, but instead he's the one that's actually found out. Avatos away. They have the heal as well, but oh man, the bashes. RoboZ, he tried to drag away, but there's the coil in on the Kunkka. He will fall, but he's also silenced up now on the Faceless Void. He's trying to find his next fight. Benny has the Aegis and the Immortal on him. They got to be careful when committing on him. They've dropped the egg right now on Phoenix, and no one can help hit it because there's the Chrono that gets layered in. They've had another hex up on the Faceless Void, but it doesn't matter. They have to buy back on 2 already on Balrog. Balrogs. Now they're going to buy back on a third. And, well, this fight, I mean, they're going to lose to Pango for sure. Burning away to the Phoenix here. But Benny is going to hold his ground. This was his... Oh, no, this was... He doesn't even lose Aegis. He's just hitting away. No one can kill the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have the Aegis. You're not like focusing everything on this hero, and he's just gonna do so much damage on the team fight. If you look at damage done, Grab did 8k damage. Like Kanka did 1.9. So that's the right approach. A bit again, I guess, of lack of discipline. So good, guys.
Yeah. I believe with that one, game will likely end here. Just no way to defend this. And Mini, he'll test the waters, but it looks like he does get found out of here. Has a Manta. We'll try to bait them to go back into the base, but staying mostly disciplined here on Radiant. Balrogs just gonna keep taking towers. And I don't think they can even burst the Aegis.
Oh, here he goes.
Okay, no, they got it. They got the Aegis. They still have no Chrono for a while here, and Faceless Void gonna get turned on here. He will fall. Has buyback and Chrono in 50 seconds. They actually toss back Le Soul, but the Death Prophet has an Aeon Disc. She will actually live through all of this, but they fortify up. I mean, they still want to defend this here on Dire. Puck trying to dance around the fight, still alive, going on the back line, but looks like she doesn't actually get caught out just yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, Gleipnir hits. And then all of a sudden, I mean, Mini hasn't made enough time for this Faceless Void's Chrono yet. Still 28 seconds, and they will turn and hit the Ancient. And with that, it'll be game number 2. Ooh, I thought it was game number 2. Hit the Ancient. He's not hitting the Ancient.
There's the X-Stun. He's gonna die.
The egg kills him. They actually have to finish. Oh, the Prophet is up. No, okay. Astini, can it happen? There are a lot of towers in the way.
It's happening. It's happening. No buybacks. No buybacks at all, like, because of timer. It's not about gold. They won't come back. They have like 1 minute to play the map without Ring, and basically 2 minutes without the other heroes. Like, they just... And there's a DD. Like, get DD on this Tiny. Like, sell your dagger, buy Hyperstone, get the DD on Tiny. His structures. It's the game. If they play correctly, it's the game. They won't.
Am I insane? The Nature's Prophet just never hit the Ancient. The egg went down and he started focusing the egg.
Get the DD on Tiny. Trust me, you do more damage as a 4 as any hero.
Well,
no matter, you're a Tiny, you're broken.
Well, what if it is a rapier on
Heiko. Oh, okay.
Heiko
Sorry, I didn't see the
hitting.
rapier.
He do be hitting.
And he has the 25 talent now, so yeah, okay. It's the right DD. I'm sorry. I didn't notice the rapier. Okay. Just press the kill targets, yeah.
Alright, they're going to run through these
Both
towers.
wrong.
They have 60 seconds. It is 60 seconds, no Natures, no Death Prophet. 30 seconds, no Pango. 40 seconds, no Kunkka. There is absolutely a world where they can get this.
Like, why Faceless Void stop? Mini, wake up, my friend.
They're gonna go for it.
Come on, it's strong.
They have a
It's
fortification.
100% the move.
Oh, they can do this. They can totally come back for this one. Heiko, he's gonna take another tier 4. And now Mini is in. They use the last fortification. They have 30 seconds, no Natures. 30 seconds, no Death Prophet. You're going all in here. You have no other choice. Here's another one going down. The last tier 4, it will fall. They will mount one last defense. The roll through from Paplona. He'll get in. Mini, he's by the BKB. He's hitting the Ancient. He's gonna get rooted up by the Overgrowth, but they're still just taking it. There's a Desolator on the Phoenix. He's gonna pop the egg. He's protecting it. The Ancient is falling. They're gonna drag back the Faceless Void into the boat, but it doesn't matter. He's hitting. They will get the Ancient if they just hit it for a little longer. The Chrono can't get down, but the Tombstone will lock him in the sky. And they get the Ancient. How could they do it?
Oh my god. So well played by Coritiba these last few minutes of the game, coming back. A bit of misplay on Balrogs going all in on that push, but really, really well played by Coritiba. It's so nice to see a game that's won that way, like things going thrown. Divine on a position 3. That as mentioned, like this hero becomes the right clicker when he's 25. So, yeah, very, very exciting match. I'd say it gets more exciting when we had kind of a bunch of mistakes from both sides, which gave like way more openings for those comebacks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this one was, oh my lord, this was totally in control of Balrogs. Even when it didn't feel like they had the net worth lead, they still definitely had an opportunity to just close this one out really safely. And instead, they had an opportunity to come back, make it 1-1, try to take the series away. But, Coritiba steal game number 2 right out from their fingers. And with that, they win the series 2-0 up for them. A beautiful way to begin their SA DPC, because that just feels so good. You like have this game, you're down, and all of a sudden you take it back, you crush the 2-0. I mean, the morale has to be super high.
Yeah, and like it feels really good also because like the first match ever of Coritiba, and when you have like so big organizations, like you have people, I don't know, from League of Legends watching the guys play, and they're like, oh, how is this Dota 2 game? Let's try it. And you have such an exciting match. So really, really feels really great for Coritiba overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with that, guys, I believe that's all I have for the day. I was only roped in to cast this Balrogs versus Coritiba, and it's incredibly exciting match. I'm so happy that I got to see this. And Astini, I thank you so much for joining me. It was my first time casting with you, and I had a lot of fun.
Was a pleasure, man. It was really, really fun. I'm glad we had such great matches. Great casting, my friend. Yeah, was a pleasure.
Yes, sir. And well, with that, guys, thank you all for joining. Be sure to tune back in for more SA DPC action. That was it for us. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.